My name's Ranger Diana, and thanks for joining me at the Rainbow Forest Museum at the south end of Petrified Forest National Park. Today, I'm going to take you on a short tour through our paleontology exhibits and show you the best places to see fossils in the park. Throughout this video, I will highlight a few of my favorite fossils from each of our main museum exhibits. First up, the main entrance hall. This is an animal called a phytosaur. It's one of the most common fossils that we find here at Petrified Forest National Park. It was a top predator during the late Triassic and would have had a similar lifestyle to modern-day crocodiles. This particular skull is from an animal called Smilasuchus gregori, and its skull measures 4 feet long. Based on some current estimates, the body length would have been about 17 feet long, which is a huge animal weighing in about 2,100 pounds. It would have been quite a formidable creature. Off to the left of the main entrance hall is our Blue Mesa room. This room is chock full of 223 million-year-old fossils that were discovered from the upper Blue Mesa member, which is one of our more fossiliferous rock layers in the park and the namesake of this exhibit. As paleontologists, we don't often find complete skeletons in the field. The bodies are often scavenged or dispersed before burial, or the bones are really broken during the preservation process. Take this Metoposaur, for example. Metoposaurs are an amphibian-like animal, so they would have looked a lot like giant salamanders. And here you can see the giant skull of Anaschisma browni, the neck vertebrae, and underneath is the interclavicle. And these are all very robust bones, and so they're more likely to be preserved in our fossil record. This case is full of plants and animals from the same ecosystem as the Metoposaur that we saw earlier. In the middle here, you can see a better example of the interclavicle, complete with decorative ornamentation that helps us identify it to the species level. One of my favorite things to do in the Blue Mesa room is to go on a bit of a scavenger hunt. This large mural at the back of the room is a great depiction of a swamp in the late Triassic. I like to look at the real fossils in the cases on the wall and match them to the artist's reconstructions in the mural. Can you spot the salamander-looking Metoposaur swimming in the water? What other strange creatures do you see? Here we are in the bone zone, where you can see replicas of many of the animals that we find here at Petrified Forest National Park. While these may look like dinosaurs, most of what we find at the park is actually not. One of my personal favorites in this exhibit is Desmatosuchus spirensis, complete with a small pterosaur perched on its back. This heavily armored aidosaur was an omnivorous tank of the Triassic and used its pointy snout to dig into the soil for plants, roots, and invertebrates. The largest known Desmatosuchus would have been about 18 feet long, and its large shoulder spikes would have helped fend off any attacking predators. This burly creature is named Placerius hesternus. This is a type of animal called a Dicynodont, a large reptile that possessed many mammalian characteristics, including a cheekbone, enlarged canine teeth, and a specialized skull. Its beak-like jaw helped to pull up and tear tough plants and roots. Despite only munching on vegetation, Placerius could weigh up to almost 2 tons and grow to 9 feet in length. Based on those pointy, serrated teeth and huge skull, you've probably already guessed that Postosuchus kirkpatricki was one of the top land predators of the late Triassic. Postosuchus looked a lot like meat-eating dinosaurs you may know, like Tyrannosaurus rex and Allosaurus, because they all had similar behaviors and lifestyles despite living millions of years apart. While Rainbow Forest Museum has some fantastic fossils on display, there are lots of other places to see fossils in the park too. Some of my favorite places to see petrified wood include the Long Logs Trail, Blue Mesa Loop, and Jasper Forest. You can also visit with paleontologists working on all sorts of fossils in our museum demonstration lab at the Painted Desert Visitor Center. Thanks for tuning in, and get out there and enjoy your national parks. But wait, here's a little museum bonus. Did you happen to notice the amazing paleo artwork we had on display at the Rainbow Forest Museum? Paleo artists work directly with paleontologists and our collection of vertebrates, invertebrates, plants, and trace fossils to create accurate depictions of what life would have looked like back in the late Triassic. We use paleo art all the time to best communicate scientific research with you. The reconstructions of our most common fossil vertebrates by Jeff Martz are used every day in our fossil preparation labs. And we even have some beautiful life-size pterosaurs made out of wool by a recent artist in residence. So next time you visit a natural history museum, take a look at the artwork nearby. It just might surprise you.